What's going on, guys? Welcome to the shed. Yep, the shed. Got all my tools and all my stuff here. Anyway, today what we're going to do is, what I'm going to do, you're going to watch, I'll show you if you want to get involved. I'm going to split my rims and my rotiforms, and I'm going to show you guys the process. Now, I'm going to speed it along at some point. I'm going to show you the rebuild process. So we're going to go for both the splitting process and the rebuild process. So let me get my tools out. Let me get my gloves on and I'll show you guys in a sec. Let's go. Alright guys, yes, so I've got my gloves on and I've got my tools out. Let me show you the tools, process. The wheels are there ready to go, and you see the TT bumper there. Yeah, let's not talk about that. So as the tools, I've got my socket set, extension bar, socket adapter, a wrench, a knife. Most importantly, got my impact wrench, and here you see the two wheels that I've split already, the lips that are off to get refurbed, and back there in the corner of shame you see the two barrels. Here are the bolts from the previous wheels, and here are two wheels that are going to get split. Now if you see the difference, that's a Rotiform built wheel and that's a rushed Mex built wheel. So as you can see, the bead here is so good, really clean, really done. Obviously these are powder coated black, these ones were also powder coated black, but I sprayed them silver. This is where you get that anyway. They're polished underneath, so it should make the repolishing easier. Here what you have is a wheel that was leaking for some reason. All the bolts were tightened. I think at some point, maybe during mounting, some of the sealant peeled off. So what happened is I went ham, and I went super double triple on the sealant to make sure it didn't leak, and it didn't leak. Especially at the pressures you run with stretch tires, you're running 40-ish psi on real stretch tires. So anyway, as you can see, the bolts are around the back because face mount, as you can see there. Then you have the lip and the barrel. So lip, barrel, face in the front, bolted through the back. So the way I normally do it is lay them down on the ground, put my socket adapter to my extension bar to my wrench, and go and just break them loose all the way around. Then get the gun out, just whiz them off. I could just break them with the gun, but gets a bit tiring. Easy to go break them, not so much of an impact on the bolts. I feel that's a softer way of splitting them, right? And then with the gun, speed up the process, which is essentially what takes long. It's not the breaking, is the taking the bolts out. Anyway, let me show you. I'm gonna break them loose and then get cracking with the gun. Obviously then you need your adapter, because I'm going from a 1/2 inch drive to a 3/8 inch drive through a 1/4 drive. So that's what this does. So the 1/4 drive goes, you get a little one, got the 3/8, match them up. Then the other one I'll show you now. Socket, there we go. Alright, so it's taken me 10-12 minutes to break off all the bolts of both the wheels. Now normally I split wheels on the grass so that it's not harsh. banging, but on top of tarpaulin, so when I take the bolts off, the bolts or nuts, if it's a 3-piece with a nut at the back, just fall, and I don't lose them. From the grass I'll lose them, but I just watered the grass, so I'm not gonna put tarpaulin now. It's just gonna make things worse and sticky, and then tarpaulin's like long. So luckily, because they are face mounted, they're facing downwards, and I take the bolt out from the top or undo them, the face will drop, the bolt should stay in there theoretically. Then I've got my bag as I showed you guys, and then just bang them in there, make sure I don't lose any. Although I'm missing one, I've noticed I'm missing one. I must speak to Jay, Brian, can you spare me one please? But anyway, let me get cracking and let me see how much. Now I know from splitting the other two that cutting the bead with a knife was super easy on the Rotiform built one, but that one with a hench white sealant that I did, that first one, it's going to be mad. So let's go. See, so face is soft, face just dropped, all the bolts are just here, both of those. So I'm gonna grab the bolts, put them in the bag, take the faces out, and then try to split the actual 2 pieces. Alright, so I've got my knife and I'm gonna cut into the silicone bead to be able to split this. Now this is the Rotiform built one, and the one with the horrible white is the one I rushed and built. So let me cut this in and let's see how this works. There we go. Not terrible. So lip, barrel, that horrible thick white sealant. So now see how thick that is. Now let's see. Oh, not as bad as I thought. Barrel, lip will split. No, lips will get polished. Lips will get polished. Faces will get powder coated white, super glossy white. Why white? Because I like them white. I think they really worked. This is paint just for me to try them out, knowing that I was going to refurb them, and after like hardly anything they've gone creamy, but obviously that's what paint's going to do on brake dust and whatever. Anyway, let's go on to part 2 now. Part 2, let's go. Part 2 where they've come back and I'm about to rebuild them. Bye. Alright, so I'm going to show you the difference between a barrel that hasn't been cleaned the flanges and the barrel that I just finished doing. So, and I use my handy drill and wire wheel to really clean it up and bring it down to just the bare metal. So there's a good contact between the faces and then the sealant. Hey, what's up guys? So I'm in the bottom of the garden, hiding in the shade with all the wheel stuff behind me. So today what I'm going to do is rebuild the Rotiforms, and I'm going to take you guys through it, what you need to do. Obviously got all the equipment there, got the wrenches, got my gloves, obviously the wheels, the bolts, the tiger seal, all important tiger seal. Make sure you don't overdo it with the tiger seal, but you need enough to make sure the flanges really meet and don't let any air in. I've got, as you can see there, some masking tape, because you want a mask to keep it tidy, do a tidy job, and obviously got the all important wheels and lips. So let's get cracking. As you can see guys, I've masking taped both the lip and the barrel, right? So when I put the sealant, it's going to sit nicely there. When I take the tape off, it's just going to come off clean, leaving clean edges. But then you know exactly that you're doing an even job all the way around with the same amount of sealant. I'm going to flip the lip because they are front facing. Do the lip, then when I put the sealant around the edge, right on the edge, I'll show you guys, and then I'm going to put the face underneath first, and then that, put the sealant for the lip on there, and then just put the corner bolts, so 1, 2, 3, 4, tighten them to make sure the face is on properly and the bolts all line up, and then I'll start with the other bolts. So let's get cracking. Yes, what's going on? It's Max, guys. So this is like the last little bit of my wheel refurb. So I'm gonna show you what I've done is finished building the wheels, bolt them all up across in fours like you would a 4-wheel bolt, bang 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 bang, then again, and then it's sort of in star shape, and eventually they're all tightened, and then I went through and just taut them all up, make sure they're all done up nicely. The sealant is really nice and tidy in between, and I've tied 2 up so far. They've been tied up for 4 days now, and they've held pressure. So then I'm gonna test fit them, but that'll be another video. So we're also done. They're tied up, and can we get a sneaky peek? Damn. We've got a sneaky peek. Anyway, I'm gonna go and fit them, trial fit them, sort my side skirts, and I've got something coming up by the weekend. So I'm hoping the car's gonna be ready. I'm hoping this is all gonna work. And like I said, I've changed to the 9.5s, 10.5s rather than the 10 square that it used to be. Like I said, I've got plenty of room, loads of space, so it should work. But tires have changed. 2 to 540 ones that used to be on the front now on the back, and I've got 2 to 535s coming tomorrow for the 9.5s. Anyway, boom. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope this build video, although probably really long, was helpful to you. So until the next one.